Welcome to CandleLight Audiobooks. The Secret Misses. Chapter 101. After returning to the room, Luna suddenly remembered that she had forgotten to do something very important. After causing a stir with that video, she had yet to check how things had developed after that. It was all Adam, that guy's fault. Ever since coming back, he had created a lot of trouble for her. Luna booted up her laptop and quickly skimmed all related news. Last night, the video of Mia's 33 NGs had been pushed to the top of the list of hot topics. The comments below were filled with criticism, while Luna, who had surprised people with her exquisite acting, received a lot of positive comments. Instantly, one after another, people started to suspect that the online post about Luna sleeping her way up was untrue. Soon after that, anonymous side accounts disclosed how Mia took advantage of filming to act out her personal grudge. She slapped Luna on purpose during filming. In private she was arrogant and domineering, and had slapped her assistant. She acted like a diva on set and made things difficult for the staff. Eventually, artistes and staff who couldn't stand Mia all joined the battle as they shared similar experiences, thoroughly destroying the fake mask which Mia put on in front of her fans. Stylist Amy: at the beginning I hated Luna, because Mia usually targeted her, and to make things difficult for Luna, she would take out her anger on us staff. Similarly, to make Luna wait, she would find non-stop excuses to make me redo her makeup over and over again. This happened almost every day. At first, I thought I suffered because of Luna, so I hated her for a long time. In fact, she did nothing wrong at all. I know by saying this, I will definitely get in trouble with some people, but I would feel guilty if I didn't say anything. That day when Adam's fans created trouble on set, if it wasn't for Luna directly using her own arm to help block a rock thrown in my direction, my face would have been ruined. Production assistant Alan: what? Frank and outspoken, abhors sin and lies. Mia is an arrogant and domineering diva, the cancer on the production crew. She is late almost every day, and leaves early without telling anyone. She's always ordering us around arrogantly, and completely doesn't see us staff as human. I can't count how many times she makes me run around doing things for her in a day. Does she think I'm her servant? As for Luna, even though she's usually on her own, and looks a little aloof, she is always polite to us staff, and always thanks everyone each time filming wraps up. Even though we were biased towards her and never replied, she still did this every time. Assistant director: I'm nobody, but I still want to clarify something. The only time that someone sent gifts to Luna was on the first day of production, and I've never seen Luna act intimately with any guy. It's normal for a beautiful woman to have a few admirers. Who knew the news would change and spread like that? Director of photography: Luna's professionalism is faultless, the camera favors her, and she knows what to do. Unless it is because of other people, she basically completes all her scenes in one take, so filming her is the most relaxing for me. As for Mia, she is probably every DP's nightmare. She's had too much plastic surgery, her nose is a weird shape, and she always complains it's because my skills are terrible. Does she think I have to Photoshop everything for her? Director David: the rumors online about Luna are all untrue. This is an insult not just to Luna, but also to the whole production. At first we planned to wait until the movie was released, so that everyone who saw Luna's acting would be clear about the truth. But now, since things have escalated to the point that it is seriously affecting the filming progress, we are releasing an early tidbit, so you can see for yourself. Video. Producer James Weather: sigh, since everyone has expressed their opinions, I'll also say something. I have seen so many people say that our movie suddenly received an additional 50 million yuan investment because of a sponsor backing Luna. To clear up this rumor, I obtained permission from the investor to reveal his identity as at Fancy Little Carp Prince. Luna had anticipated that for a lot of people in the production crew, their tolerance of Mia had already reached the limit. It only took one person saying something first, then everything else came pouring out. But she hadn't thought that as they condemned Mia, they would also give Luna some praise, which was an unexpected bonus. After all, it was always nice to have one's efforts recognized. James's post intrigued her, and she hurriedly clicked on the Fancy Little Carp Prince ID to see who the investor was. Chapter 102. In the next second, Luna's head was covered with black lines. The Fancy Little Carp Prince ID was verified as CEO of Glory World Entertainment, Cleo. You are the boss of a big entertainment company. Can you not use such a lame ID? It's like some freaking 13-year-old. Who knew the last-minute investor would turn out to be Cleo? But it wasn't unexpected, and in fact it made sense. After all, this was Adam's first film after returning from abroad. It was natural for Glory World to give him full support. But $50 million for a mere second male lead, no wonder people said Glory World was the richest company in the industry. James's Weibo post cleared up the situation, and all the stains on Luna's reputation had been completely wiped out. Mia ended up with the reputation as a difficult diva and trashy actress. Anyone with good sense could see that it was Mia who had been secretly slandering Luna. It was a shame there was no concrete evidence to prove it. Up to this point, everything had gone according to Luna's expectations, but she never thought that there would be even more shocking developments after this. In the early hours of the morning, Mia's manager Alina put up a Weibo post. Alina posted evidence that Mia had hired her water army to slander Luna, even arranging for people with side accounts to infiltrate Adam's fanbase and rile them up, to use the fans to attack Luna. What was even more shocking, Alina actually exposed the fact that Mia wasn't the daughter of the rich man she called her father, but his mistress. The rich man Mia spoke of as her father was not her real father at all, and instead was her sugar daddy. He was even married with kids. Alina's Weibo post contained plenty incriminating chat records and scandalous photos. No matter what Mia said, she wouldn't be able to deny it. There was only one road for Mia now: retirement. Even if she could still make a comeback, in the entertainment industry, where the new was always replacing the old, her chances of making a comeback was next to none. After violating the professional code by exposing the private life of an artiste under her care, Alina's own career as a manager was also ruined. Who knew what kind of conflict she had with Mia, that Alina would take her down with her in such an intense way? After the issue blew up, Starlight Entertainment attempted to delete all posts, topics, and comments, but there were too many to be able to do so. Furthermore, this only made online users even angrier. So to appease public anger, Starlight could only release a statement saying that they would seriously investigate Mia for her role in maliciously slandering Luna. As for the matter of Mia being a kept woman, the company so far was tight-lipped. They had released a neutral statement about investigating that matter further, but obviously, they were reluctant to give up on Mia, for the big money they had spent on her. Luna didn't have any scenes today, and at first she was prepared to rest at home for the day, but because this issue had blown up so much, she received a call after breakfast to go to the company. In the meeting room, Emma, Sophia, and Mia were all present, along with the Director of Public Relations, Richard Box. Mia had her head down, and there were huge dark circles under her eyes. As soon as she saw Luna walk in, she stood up in extreme agitation. "Luna, you bitch. Now are you satisfied? I won't let you get away with this." Luna picked helplessly at her ear. It was more or less the same speech each time. She was getting calluses from listening to it so many times. "Shut your mouth, don't you think you've caused enough trouble?" Richard rebuked her impatiently. Mia was extremely unwilling, but she only could sit down feeling aggrieved. Her cowardly sugar daddy had disappeared after the truth of their relationship had been revealed. Her entire fate now lay in Richard's hands. "Sit," Richard said shortly to Luna, his head expression full of hesitation, as if he was still deciding something. At this moment, Sophia spoke up. "Luna, you should already know what happened last night. Here's the thing, in a short while, Mia is going to post a public apology for slandering you. When you respond, say that you were also at fault, be a little more generous, and say that you've forgiven her." Chapter 103. Emma also spoke up to persuade her. "Sister Brown, I know you're not comfortable, but after all, you really were at fault. You can't drag the company down because of this personal drama between the both of you. The only way to resolve this now is to minimize the impact." Luna looked at Emma, who appeared as if her main concern was to protect the company, and murmured, "Senior sister, if I remember correctly, from the beginning to the end, it was Mia who targeted me and framed me. I have always been mindful of Sister Sophia's teachings to not embarrass the company and to always prioritize the company. I suffered in silence until now. Even when I was being slandered, I didn't dare trouble the company, until some kind-hearted online friend stood up for me, only then was my reputation wiped clean. Now what the online users and fans are angry over is Mia being a mistress. Clearly, Mia is the one who is not thinking about the company, framing an artiste from the same company and tarnishing the company's image, right? Senior sister, are you saying that if a mad dog chases someone down and bites him, and in the end falls into a ditch and dies, it is still that person's fault? If she posted on Weibo forgiving Mia, all her hard-won efforts to regain her reputation would definitely crumble at this last hurdle. To indulgently forgive this type of person during this furor, did they think she was stupid? Emma almost choked to death at Luna's words. What kind-hearted online friend? It was clear that Luna was the one who had released that blackmail material, yet she could say all that with calm innocence. On the side, Mia, who hadn't been quiet for very long, immediately exploded at these words. Luna, who are you saying is a mad dog? Say it clearly. You. Seeing that Mia was getting worked up again, Richard spoke up to cut her off. No need to put up a public apology. Really? Mia was instantly happy, but in the next second, she heard Richard continue, Mia, write a statement to say you're leaving the entertainment industry. Mia immediately screamed. What? You're making me leave the entertainment industry? Why should I leave? There's no way I'm writing that kind of thing. Richard became impatient. I'm already giving you face by letting you write that statement yourself. Don't take my last kindness for granted. Don't tell me it's because of being a kept woman. There are so many female stars in the entertainment industry who are kept women, so many who become mistresses. Why should I be the one to leave? Mia wasn't convinced. Because you are the only one dumb enough to let the whole world know about it. What's that got to do with me? It's all because Alina, that bitch, betrayed me. Why haven't you gone after her? How can I, when she's already resigned? Alina was the most easygoing manager in the whole company, so ask yourself, besides her, who else would have been able to tolerate your temper? It was bad enough that you were always yelling at her, but when her son had a fever of more than 40 OC and she wanted to take him to the hospital, you wouldn't let her go no matter what. In the end, when she rushed there in the middle of the night, her son was so sick he had to be admitted into the ICU. So far he is still in critical condition. Richard listed her misdeeds. It wasn't just Alina, he had already long been fed up with having to deal with Mia's mess non-stop. Mia didn't think she was wrong in the slightest, and said in a careless manner, he didn't die, right? There are doctors for that sort of thing. What use would it have been even if she went? She would destroy me over something like that? Mia still didn't understand how someone with a timid personality like Alina could suddenly do something like this. She was divorced, and her son was a chronic invalid. Every month, she spent so much on medical expenses. Without this job, how could she make a living? She could never have guessed that a powerful figure like Chris Wheeler would deal with a nobody like her personally. Chapter 104. Richard pinched the skin between his eyebrows and finally gave up on communicating with her. Trying to compete with a fool was the most idiotic thing to do. The company had spent a lot of effort on Mia, but because of this matter, things were beyond recovery. However great the loss was, she could only be discarded. Seeing that Richard had made up his mind, Mia rushed to Emma, clutching at straws. Sister Emma, help me. Let Sister Sophia manage me. I guarantee I'll definitely be obedient. I promise that I'll post a letter of apology. When Sophia heard this, she instantly became frightened. Get her to take over Mia? Emma wouldn't trap her like that, right? Of course, Emma wasn't as brainless as Mia, so she put on a troubled expression and she lamented regretfully, Mia, it's not that I'm not helping you. You heard Luna's words just now, she's not willing to help. Besides, this is the company's decision, I also have no choice. After this issue had come out, she knew Mia was finished, but she still wanted to use her to the very end to drag Luna down with her. It was a pity that Richard had realized early on that an apology would be completely useless, and might also drag another company artiste into trouble. In the end, he just directly gave up on Mia. She had thought Mia would be a good knife to use in dealing with Luna, who knew she was stupid enough to get pulled in herself, and even make Luna's popularity soar. There was no way she would continue wasting energy on this type of person. Luna. You bitch. 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 Wait and see. Even if I die, I'll drag you down to die with me. Mia finally lost hope, and took her anger out on Luna, until Richard called security and she was dragged away. Towards this kind of person, Luna didn't even bother to hate her, and could only pity her. Even until now, she still didn't know that she had been used as cannon fodder. Richard looked at Luna with a far more relaxed expression on his face. Luna, act well in this movie. If the outcome is good, the company will focus on cultivating you. But what Emma said just now makes sense. You should keep your head down for now, and don't stir up unnecessary trouble. The whole affair was simply the perfect public relations crisis management scenario, from Luna being knee-deep in scandal to being washed completely clean, and instead Mia being forced to leave the entertainment industry. Although Richard suspected that someone was working behind the scenes, he couldn't find the slightest flaw, and could only attribute it to Luna's good luck. Thank you, Director Box, I will. Luna pretended to be surprised and nervous. After coming out of the meeting room, Luna went to the washroom, and Emma followed her in. Emma crossed her arms over her chest and sneered at her. Luna, you're so good at digging up dirt on other people, aren't you afraid your own unsavory past will be exposed one day? Luna's eyes narrowed slightly and turned cold. She turned around, and said unconcernedly, who doesn't have dirt on them, in this industry? You don't? Eldest Miss Brown. Luna deliberately emphasized this form of address, Eldest Miss Brown, then pretended to be suddenly enlightened. Ah. I've just realized, Mia's title, Fake Daughter, Real Mistress unexpectedly is also very suitable for describing you. When the time comes for me to expose you, doesn't it save me the trouble of finding a title for you? This hit Emma's sore spot, and she immediately got furious. What false daughter, real mistress? Since I was born, I've always been part of the Brown family. I'm the only daughter father has recognized. As for Liam, you're the one who was useless and couldn't keep his heart. Do you think anyone would believe your nonsense? Luna heaved a long sigh. Then, shall we test it? Go ahead and expose that dark part of my past. There are so many people out there, so I haven't been able to find the whereabouts of the 2 male hookers you bought off. Who knows, perhaps the general public might help me strike unexpected gold. Chapter 105. This time, Emma's face changed completely, and she almost screamed out. Luna, you lunatic. She wasn't afraid of Luna, who was getting ahead of herself, competing with her for status or a man. The thing she was most afraid of was that she would reveal everything in order to ruin her. Hee hee. Looking at how Emma had turned white with fear, Luna couldn't help laughing, and patted her shoulder with a relaxed expression. Eldest Miss Ning, relax, I'm just kidding. It's not worth dying together with scum like you. At this point, Luna's unconcerned gaze suddenly became incomparably cold. She lowered her voice, her tone like that of a devil which had crawled out of hell in Emma's ears. But if you threaten me with that again, I cannot say for sure that I'll be able to control myself from doing something terrible. To use the words of your pig teammate, even if I die, I'll drag you down to die with me. Mia, that idiot, was just all talk and couldn't back it up, but I'm different. After she was done, Luna let go of Emma's shoulder and walked out with her head high. Emma, who had meant to threaten Luna, was the one who had been threatened instead. The instant Luna left, her whole slumped to the floor. Then her face became very dark, and she kicked the door hard. No, she had to think of a way to completely destroy Luna. Otherwise, as long as she existed for even just one day, all the things she had could disappear at any moment. She would never allow this to happen. After leaving the company, Luna had nothing on in the afternoon, so she got ready to go to the shopping mall, since last time, she had promised to buy clothes for Little Treasure. The moment she thought of Little Treasure, her gloomy mood instantly became sunny, and she happily went shopping. When Luna arrived, she went straight to the children's clothes section. There were so many different types and styles of children's clothes, as far as the eye could see. Luna simply dove right in, as if she had been injected with stimulants. She went even crazier than when buying clothes for herself. Having said that, some aspects of her life had really changed a lot since she met Little Treasure. Before, she would detour around stores selling baby products, children's clothes, and other similar places. But now she associated them not with her suffocating memories, but with the adorable little bun. As long as she saw cute, interesting things, she wanted to buy them for him. It felt the same as being in love. All the things in this mall were of famous brands, and were generally very expensive. It was the same for the children's clothes. But because they were for Little Treasure, she was naturally very willing to buy them. She just had to buy less makeup, and she would be able to afford them. Today, Luna was wearing a dress by a designer she liked very much, but who wasn't very famous. Although it looked good, it couldn't compare with a big logo. The salesgirls liked to judge based on appearance, so they ignored her, and instead, they gallantly followed behind a lady dressed in full Chanel. Luna walked around, and finally, in one corner, saw something that really excited her. It was a little sapphire blue suit. It wasn't just the color that was dazzling. On the breast pocket, there was also an adorable printed badge of the Superman-S logo. Most importantly, she had many Superman-themed clothes, so she could wear matching parent and child outfits with Little Treasure at any time. The words, parent and child outfits, popping suddenly into Luna's mind made her stomach drop a bit. She was startled to suddenly realize that this feeling, which was similar to love, of always wanting to give your partner the best things, was actually also how parents treated their children. Luna's mood was complicated, and she was silent for quite a while before she came back to reality. Then she went to look for a salesgirl. "Miss, I'll take this suit, please wrap it up for me." The salesgirl didn't respond immediately, but instead, pointed out in a cold tone, "This suit costs $1,600. "I know, I saw the tag. Help me wrap it up." Only then did the salesgirl's face become a little more pleasant, and she smiled slightly. "Do you need me to help you pack it in a gift box?" Before Luna could respond, a hand with a jade bracelet on it suddenly shot forward and snatched the outfit. "Oh, this is not bad. I'll take it." Chapter 106. I'm sorry, this lady has already taken a fancy to this outfit," the salesgirl pointed out apologetically. The woman who had grabbed the outfit happened to be the lady who was wearing Chanel. When she heard this, she raised her chin unhappily. "Has she paid for it?" "That, not yet. As it hasn't been paid for, no one owns it." "I'll take it. Give me the bill right away," Chanel ordered, as if it was a matter of course. But right after she spoke, her hand was suddenly empty, and the outfit was back in Luna's hand. Chanel instantly got furious. "What do you think you're doing, snatching my clothes?" Luna's tone was even more matter-of-fact than hers had been. "Didn't you say that since it hasn't been paid for, no one owns it? What, you can snatch it away, but no one else can? You..." Chanel was about to blow her top, but suddenly she stopped and stared at Luna's face in surprise and doubt. "Luna, are you Luna?" As if she had discovered something really funny, Chanel dragged her companion over. "Maya, quick, come here and see who it is. That brown family country bumpkin is actually in this type of place fighting me for clothes." "Did you say Luna?" "Impossible." Seeing the woman in front of her, her companion was surprised. She had long, black hair with natural curls, and her classic makeup was perfect. She was wearing a light purple strapless dress that wasn't a famous designer brand, but which specially showcased her disposition. Her whole being gave off a proud and noble air. There wasn't even a shadow of the timid and spineless country wench from before. "It's her. I won't mistake that face, a peasant girl is a peasant girl. She might have changed her wardrobe, but she's still inferior stock," Chanel said in a sure tone. Her companion looked again carefully, and realized that that face really did belong to Luna. Actually, 5 years ago, Luna had had a good foundation, but she completely didn't know how to make herself up, and was always dressed in uncool styles. At the banquet that year, she had worn an A-line dress that was obviously one size too big and in an old-fashioned color, which left a deep impression on people. "Why is she buying children's clothes? I haven't heard that she's married." Who knows which wild man the kid belongs to? Maybe it was an illegitimate pregnancy. Wasn't the reason Su Yen dumped her before was that she had been having an affair with another man? As the two women traded words back and forth for a long time, Luna finally remembered who they were. Chanel was called Aaliyah, and her companion was Maya. They were both socialites in that circle, Emma's group of girlfriends. Back then, these were the two who had laughed at her the most. Later on, she heard that Aaliyah had married well, and in the first year, she had given her husband a son, so she had become even more arrogant. Maya also had a fiancé from a well-off family. Who knew she would encounter these high-quality goods, wandering around the children's clothes section? It seemed that these two didn't know that she had entered the entertainment industry, and Luna didn't want to quarrel with other people in a public place, so she directly ignored them and said to the salesgirl, "Miss, the bill, please." Although those two didn't look easy to deal with, it was Luna, after all, who had seen the suit first, so the salesgirl hurriedly gave her the bill and swiped her card. But a problem popped up with the card. The salesgirl's face looked a little ugly. "I'm sorry, miss, you have insufficient balance on your card." Luna looked at her blankly. Only then did Luna recall that last month, she had switched out the engine in her beloved car for an imported one, so there wasn't actually much money on her card. When Aaliyah saw the situation, she immediately started to laugh mockingly. "Ha ha ha, you're really killing me, you have no money, but you still want to bite off more than you can chew." Maya also shrugged her shoulders disdainfully. "I would have thought in these last few years studying overseas, you would have progressed a little. As expected, a pheasant is still a pheasant, and will never ever become a phoenix." Aaliyah looked smugly at the salesgirl. "Miss, can you give this outfit to me now?" "Yes, madam." After replying, the salesgirl was about to take the outfit out of Luna's hands. Luna held on and refused to let go. Aaliyah immediately yelled, "What, you have no money and you're still trying to act tough? Do you think this is the country?" With the outfit in one hand, Luna used the other to rummage around in her bag and take out a black card, which she passed to the salesgirl. "Swipe this one." Chapter 107. At first, Luna had been prepared to pay with her own money, and buy it for Little Bun as a gift. She never expected this awkward situation to happen. She really liked this outfit, and thinking how something that was meant for Little Bun would be snatched away by someone like Aaliyah, her whole body couldn't bear it. In the end, she took out the black card which Theo had given her. When Luna took the card out, it was the salesgirl and those two women's turn to stare dumbly. The salesgirl was very experienced and knowledgeable, and with one glance she had recognized the card. Aaliyah and Maya had never seen the real thing before, but women in that circle were inherently sensitive to this kind of thing, so they also instantly recognized that this was the king of all cards, only a few of which existed in the world, the legendary infinite black credit card. The limit on this card was extremely high, and the annual fee was shocking, but the cardholder would receive first-class service worldwide. As a result, it wasn't available to the public, and you couldn't apply for it. Only 1% of platinum card holders were selected and invited to hold this card, so even the wealthy couldn't necessarily hold it. The only ones who could obtain this card were important politicians, billionaires, or celebrities in society. Aaliyah's face was stiff, and she humphed coldly. "It's probably a fake card. Miss, you have to check it properly." While the salesgirl had seen it before, it had actually only been once. She took the card cautiously, and then started the process of swiping it. After 10 seconds, the salesgirl instantly had a megawatt smile on her face, and she gave Luna a 90-degree bow. "Miss, you're all set, I'll wrap the suit up for you right away." Luna nodded. "Thank you." Aaliyah and Maya stood there in shock. They exchanged looks, and stared at Luna like they had seen a ghost. Luna picked up the wrapped outfit and straightaway turned around to leave. Seeing Luna leave in her high heels, Aaliyah gnashed her teeth, her face full of malice. "So what, it's definitely because she's become some rich man's mistress. Does she think if she gives birth to a son, she can marry into blue blood? That's right, the real wife will definitely make her suffer to death one day." Maya echoed the sentiment. After leaving the children's clothes section, Luna passed by the men's section on the floor below. That over there looked like the brand Theo usually wore. It was totally Theo's style, mainly in shades of black, white and gray, and looked aristocratic yet restrained. After staring at it for a bit, her gaze fell on a newer brand which had become quite popular in recent years. Comparing them, the newer brand had more vibrant colors and trendier styles. Luna stroked her chin, and suddenly wanted to buy some clothes for Theo. That was women for you. They'd go out intending to just buy a pair of shoes, but in the end, come back with a pile of other things like clothes, bags, and accessories. So after buying something for little Bun, she couldn't help the urge to fix Theo's style. After hesitating for 3 minutes, Luna decided, buy. So she entered the shop and straightaway bought the suit off the mannequin at the entrance, which was in the same shade of sapphire blue as Little Treasure's clothes. At the same time, in the CEO's office at Goldberg Corporation, Theo, who was listening to Cleo's reports, received 2 text messages. Checking them, they were message notifications from his bank. Luna had used his card? A contented smile suddenly appeared on Theo's cold face. Seeing that expression, Cleo understood clearly. A text from sister-in-law? Theo, no. No? That was strange. Curious, Cleo approached the table for a look. Wasn't this 2 message notifications from the bank? And they were expense notifications, not income notifications. Did he have to look so contented over them? It was really hard to understand a man who was in love. Chapter 108. Once night fell, Luna returned to the Goldberg residence with her purchases. Seeing the old butler watering flowers at the entrance, Luna greeted him in a hurry. Grandpa Butler, where's darling Little Treasure? The old butler was in a black tailcoat, with a neat bow tie. Seeing Luna, he said respectfully, Miss Xiao-Shi, you're back. Little young master is drawing in the garden. He's drawing, then I won't disturb him. Then, where is Mr. Goldberg? Eldest young master is upstairs. Okay, thank you. Luna went upstairs happily. Looking at the energetic back of the girl, the old butler was in a complicated mood. In the time that he had come to know her, no matter how guarded he had been, he couldn't help developing a good feeling about this girl. A beautiful girl with good manners would be welcomed anywhere. What was unexpected was that she was mindful of her actions. She never tried to cross the line with the eldest young master, and even at times didn't pay any attention to her image at all. It was actually very easy to see if a woman had intentions towards a man. At the most you could hide it for 1 or 2 days, but certainly not for very long. Likewise, it was also very easy to see if a man had intentions towards a woman. Perhaps other people couldn't tell, but he had seen everything from the beginning to the end, so he was the one who was most clear on this matter. The eldest young master obvious had feelings for this girl. He had actually designed the guest room she was staying in himself, even personally picking out the bed sheets and curtains, and the clothes and accessories in her closet. Not only that, the first day she arrived, he had told the chef about her eating habits, and always had some food saved for her each time she came back late. There were other similar details, too many to count. Even if it was because she had saved the little young master's life, the eldest young master's meticulous actions seemed a bit too much. Actually, if she was a nice young lady with a spotless background, it would be a happy thing if they became a couple. After this young lady had moved into the house, the eldest young master had become more animated and the little young master more cheerful. The old butler had watched the both of them grow up, so naturally he was overjoyed to see all this. So, what he was worried about now was not that Luna had wicked intentions, but that she didn't have any at all. Upstairs, Luna couldn't wait to show off her purchases, so she straightaway opened the door to Theo's room. Goldberg. As soon as she opened the door, her vision was filled with flesh. Theo's hair was wet and he was half naked, a white towel wrapped around his waist. Water drops slid down his toned abs and into his V-line. It was a scene you couldn't turn away from, so her first reaction was not to close her eyes, but to open them wider. She was a little put off by the idea of sex, but that didn't stop her from appreciating beautiful things. Maybe the trauma after being betrayed that year had been too much, she herself didn't know when she had changed. 5 years ago, she would have blushed to see a man even in a simple tank and underwear. Aside from Su Yan, she had never spoken to any unfamiliar men, and no matter how good-looking they were, she never paid any attention to them. It was probably a full 5 seconds before Luna regained her senses, and with a swoosh, she turned around and covered her eyes with her hands, still carrying the 2 shopping bags. I'm sorry, I forgot to knock." Theo laughed lightly. "My fault, I forgot to lock the door." In reality, he hadn't forgotten, he had left his door unlocked even since she got back. "Did you need something?" "Wait a moment, I'll put on some clothes first." The girl had stared at him for a short yet long time, and it had felt like a fire burning his skin inch by inch. Fortunately, she had turned away in time, otherwise, the uncontrollable reaction of a certain part of his body would have given him away. Theo was about to open his closet to get some clothes, but behind him, Luna suddenly shouted, no. Don't put on any clothes." Chapter 109. Never expecting that the girl would make such a request of him, Theo was obviously taken aback. He looked at her back and asked lightly, "Why?" Even though he was very happy to satisfy such a wonderful request by this girl. Realizing that her words were too ambiguous, Luna quickly made a "pay" sound. "Don't misunderstand. I meant it literally, there wasn't any deeper meaning." Actually, the literal meaning also seems very dirty. In short, what I meant was I bought you some clothes when I was shopping today, do you want to try it on? Trying it on now saves you having to change clothes and take them off and change again. Aren't I clever? Theo looked a little surprised at her words, and seemed a bit overwhelmed by her consideration. "You bought it for me?" He thought that she had definitely bought them for Little Treasure. "Yes, but, I used your card." Luna looked a bit embarrassed as she scratched her nose. "Actually, I was prepared to use my own money, and to buy it as a gift for Little Treasure. But who knew after getting a new car motor last month, my card would have no money on it, so I had to use yours. Then, on the way back, I saw a man's suit in the men's section which perfectly matched the color of the clothes I bought for Little Treasure, so I couldn't help buying it." "I see." Even though she hadn't specifically intended to buy something for him, it was enough to cheer him up. "I asked the salesgirl, if you try it on and don't like it, you can return it. Quick, go try it on and see whether you like it or not." Luna rushed him. Theo didn't hesitate at all. "I like it." She bought it herself, and it was the first time she bought him clothes, how could he not like it? "You haven't even seen what it looks like," Luna muttered, before stepping back and handing him one of the shopping bags. Theo took the bag. "You only bought for me and Little Treasure, you didn't buy anything for yourself?" Luna sighed. I don't have money, wait till I earn some, then I'll buy." Just as Theo was about to say that she could swipe his card, Luna took out a black card from her bag. "Oh, right, here you go." Using this was just so cool. Today, it made a woman who was fighting me for the clothes I wanted to buy jealous to death. Theo could only sigh and say, "Keep it, I'm usually too busy to have time to buy things for Little Treasure. If you see anything suitable, buy it straight away. Of course, I would be very happy if you helped pick something out for me. Are you that confident in my taste? Then don't change your mind later when you try it on." Luna didn't stand on ceremony with him, and took the card back straight away. "Then I'll give this back to you when I move out. I'll leave you to get changed." Just as she was about to go, behind her, the man suddenly grabbed the hand that was free. That startled Luna, and she was about to turn around again when she remembered that Theo was still half naked, so she could only remain in that twisted position, her arm caught behind her. "What is it?" Theo tightened his grip on her hand slightly. "Luna, Little Treasure's condition has improved a lot recently, and he's not always bothering you anymore. He listens well, doesn't disturb you, and doesn't disrupt your work. As long as every day, he can see you, wait for you to come home, and know that you're sleeping in the next room, he's very happy and calm. I know I no longer have a reason to keep you here, but as Little Treasure's father, I haven't done enough for him at all, and I really hope for this kind of happiness to last a little longer for Little Treasure. 3 months, can you stay for 3 more months, at the most? If you want to leave after that, I won't force you to stay. During this time, you can treat this place as your own home, do whatever you want, you don't have to be polite. You can swear when you're angry, eat durian and garlic, drink at a bar and come back late. I only have one request. In these 3 months, can you show some restraint, and don't bring men back here? Luna had almost been moved to tears by the first part of his speech, but by the end of it, she almost vomited 3 liters of blood. The more she listened, the more Theo sounded like a gentle and virtuous wife, while she was the scummy, degenerate husband. Chapter 110. Luna said sullenly, Theo, are we really going to talk in this kind of position? Why don't you put some clothes on first? Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to focus on the issue. Fine. Theo finally said behind her. It was as if Luna had been given a pardon, and she hurriedly fled the room. Sigh, Theo was certainly a natural public speaker. In a few words, he had managed to pull at her heartstrings, especially when it was related to Little Treasure. It was just that if she continued to stay here, and for 3 more months at that, she was afraid that it really would be a little inappropriate. As she was debating the issue, she suddenly felt something soft on her leg. Looking down, she saw it was Little Treasure, who had come running without her noticing. As usual, he hugged her leg, and in one hand he held a painting. Luna bent to hug the little guy. Darling, you finished drawing? Little Treasure nodded. What did you draw? Can Auntie see it? Little Treasure instantly gave her the picture. With one look, Luna's eyes filled with tears. It was her in the picture. The colors in the painting were bright and dreamy. She was lying on a small bed with a storybook in her hand. Little Treasure had drawn it from his point of view, as if he was lying next to her and looking up. The whole painting radiated Little Treasure's happiness and satisfaction at being glued to her side as he lifted his head to listen to her tell him a story. Darling, this is amazing. The scales in Luna's heart had completely tipped to one side. She drew a deep breath to calm herself down. Then she kissed the little guy on his forehead and said happily, Auntie bought you new clothes, do you want to try it on? Little Treasure nodded with sparkles in his eyes. After Luna helped Little Treasure change and was just about to look for Theo, Theo walked out of his room after also getting changed. Luna had been confident with the outfit she had picked out for Little Treasure, but she hadn't been as certain with Theo's outfit. After all, she had never seen Theo wear anything that was not black, white or gray, let alone a vibrant color like sapphire blue. But after seeing Theo in the outfit, she was completely dumbstruck. This fit him too perfectly. At first she had thought it might look too out of place or awkward. She never expected such an amazing result. The suit showed off his wide shoulders, narrow hip and long legs perfectly. Most importantly, his heavy and solemn temperament had instantly become brighter, and even made him look a lot younger. Theo was pleased by the admiration in the girl's eyes. So? Luna nodded, so handsome. Pin a big red flower to your chest, and you can become a groom straight away. Theo. The way this girl praised people was really unique. Little Treasure, don't you think so? Isn't your papa handsome? Luna lowered her head to ask the little bun, who was a mini version of Theo. Even though Little Treasure didn't care too much for his dad, he had to admit that this version of his daddy looked much better than the normally black one, so he nodded generously. Luna was instantly pleased with herself, and she snapped her fingers. I never realized my eye was that good. Of course, CEO Goldberg already has a good foundation, you look handsome in anything. But I think you should wear bright colors like this more often, it'll lift your employees' moods, and they'll become more productive. Hearing the words, good foundation, and, you look handsome in anything, Theo couldn't help curling his lips. In the future, if you see anything else suitable, buy it for me.